Tree of life, route to all fitness. Treemus is the business. You're with the man himself, Tree. And yeah, this one here, we're gonna be talking about what happened when I did my 28-day water fast. Now, I'm not gonna break down the benefits of what a water fast is and what ketosis does and all of that, because I've already got a video breaking that down, innit? So make sure you go check out that video. But this water fast that I did, 28 days, it was a while ago, it was about 9 years ago. But yeah, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it still. Now, firstly, let me put this disclaimer out, yeah? Don't do what I did, yeah, when you're doing a fast like this, because if you're gonna do a 28-day water fast, if you're gonna do any fast, any water fast, you've got to practice first. So you've got to get used to doing 1 day, then after 1 day, you probably push the limit to 2, maybe 3, and you practice that a few times, and then, you know, then you start taking on bigger distances and durations of water fasting. But before I did this fast, it was a long time of me and one of my friends drinking Ray and Nephew a big bottle or 2 big bottles every Sunday, yeah, for like a year and a half. And in one of those months, I didn't drink with my friend because he'd done a 21-day water fast. So he had a break from everything. So, but then after a while, we got back into drinking and I was still drinking. So a big bottle of Ray and Nephew every Sunday, or 2 big bottles of Ray and Nephew every Sunday without fail for a year and a half. And that could be just me and him, or a couple other friends might come around, and yeah, we was doing the drinking. So for about 5 months, I was talking about, oh, do you know what? I think I need to do what you did. I think I need to reboot. I need to cleanse. I need to do the water fast. I need to do the water fast. I need to do it. And yeah, it got to my birthday. But after my birthday, I was like, do you know what? I think I'm gonna do the water fast. Now, once again, like I said, don't follow me. Because I take things to the extreme at times, you get what I'm saying? That's just me. You know, and at that time as well, I was a weed smoker as well. Anyway, my birthday's gone past. So the next day I'm like, listen, I'm just gonna do this 28-day water fast. I need a cleanse, I need a detox, yeah? So the first day, obviously, because like I said, I was a weed smoker, I couldn't give up weed and food. So I smoked weed the first day. And just drank water. So then obviously continued the second day, just drinking water, no weed, no nothing, just water. But I was going to the gym. So at that time, I was a super animal in the gym as well. So I'm going in the gym, I'm going hard every day in the gym. Like, people are saying to me, like, you're not eating, bro, like, you're gonna pass out. And I'm like, do I look like I'm gonna pass out? Like, no, but how are you going this hard in the gym with no food? I'm like, don't worry about that. And the reason why I decided to do 28 days is because my friend done 21 days. So I was like, listen, I need to cleanse. And if anybody does a water fast again in my circle, they're gonna have to beat 28 days, yeah. So that's why I decided to do 28. So like I said, I was in the gym, going hard in the gym every day. These times I'm going gym and park 3 times a week, but I go gym 6 times a week. So continued my normal life, drinking water, you know, everything that I got to do, working, moving around, like, everything was normal. So we got 2 weeks in of doing the water fast. I woke up one morning, I'm like, I'm not going gym. And I started thinking, wait a minute, how was I even going gym? Like, that's mad. I was exerting mad energy, and like, I don't need to be exerting that much energy. Like, that's crazy. I was doing the most. So I stopped going gym. But obviously I'm still moving around, I'm still working, still got to do what I got to do in life, but I'm just not going to the gym no more. But yeah, one thing I want to emphasize, I keep emphasizing, is if you've never done a water fast, do not do what I did. Do not just do a 28-day water fast. Now, like I said, sometimes I can be a bit of a madman, or I can be a bit an extremist, but it's discipline for me, and I like to push myself to the extreme limits, my body, my mind, everything. So I'm gonna talk about something that I did during the water fast as well, where I decided I want to push myself to the extreme. So I don't know, it's probably like day 18, probably like day 24. So obviously woke up, it was a Sunday or something, I'm with my missus at the time. So I'm like, right, you know what, I ain't eating, yeah, but I want to know if I can still do my thing, innit? You get me? Like, why not? Let's see what I got. So, obviously, slept with my missus. Now, I'm thinking, right, alright, cool, well, I ain't eating, but I'm alright. Now, this particular day, I'm going to South London to go to the market to go get some healthy stuff, some fruits, all of that for when I'm ready to break my fast. So obviously I jumped in the car, I've been living my life in it. So drove, bearing in mind I'm not going to gym no more, but I'm still living my life doing my thing in it. So jumped in the car, picked up my brethren in East, drove to Sat, I'm from North, drove to Sat, got to the market, parked up. Bearing in mind, yeah, before I got to the market, I'm thinking, raw, get me, I'm a god out here, you get me, man, slept with my missus, I ain't eating no food for like 24 days, I'm a G, like, people can't be doing what I'm doing, they're not on my level, I'm got mad energy still, I'm good. Jumped out the car, walked around the market, went to the first stall, got some, went to the second place now. When I'm getting all the fruits and that, just started feeling weak. So I'm just like, I've sat down on the chair. My brethren, obviously, because he's done the 21-day fast, who I picked up, he's like, bro, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good, man. I just need to rest, man. Just sitting on the chair like this. Just trying to breathe and take it in, you get me? So I've got the stuff, my brethren's helped me carry some bags. He's like, I'll take some bags for you. So got the bags, jumped in the car, drove him back to East. On the drive, I'm cool, but I'm feeling very drained. Very, very drained, yeah. He's like, oh bruv, you can come in my house, you know, and just chill in the yard for a little bit, because obviously before you leave, so you can feel better, drink some more water. So I've got in the yard, I've drank some water, chilled out, and I just thought, you know what, I need to go home. Like, if I'm gonna be mashed up, I need to go home. Yeah, so like safe, love my bro, jumped in the car, drove home, got to my car park now. And I'm sitting in my car park and I'm just looking at the bags and I'm thinking, how am I gonna carry these bags? I just don't have no energy. Like, I need to sit here for like half an hour. So I'm sitting there and I'm just thinking, raw, I feel weak. So called my mum. I said to my mum, listen, I beg you, please, yeah, come and take these bags. I'm in the car park. Come and take these bags. So, you know, mums, when their sons are in need, she's come and took the bags for me. I've just sat in the car, stayed in the car thinking, oh, I need this break. Then my neighbours come. So when my neighbours come past now, he's like, oh, what one? So I've sat up, yeah, what one? What are you saying? You all right, yeah? Yeah. Had a proper conversation for 15 minutes, but these times, I'm fronting.
I know that I'm carrying on, never mind if I'm showing off, I was just fronting.
Like, I can't wait for him to go. Soon as he's gone, we're having a proper good conversation, running jokes, all that. As soon as he's gone, I'm like, that took all that extra energy out of me, boy. Like, I need to relax, I need to go chill out. So I waited for like 10 minutes. I was like, you know what, if you got energy to talk like that, then you got energy to get up and go. So I got up, went in my yard. But that was just part of a story where I'm an extremist. Like, where I've done the extreme stuff in mad circumstances when maybe I shouldn't have been doing that. One of the testing times I had when I was doing my 28-day water fast was my granddad's funeral. So when I went to the funeral, obviously a lot of people were like, what, you're doing a water fast, what, 28 days, are you all right? Like, what's wrong with you? And this was definitely probably about day 17, day 18. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not eating. They're like, you're crazy, because obviously people that don't know about fasting and all of these things will say that you're crazy, or why would you do that? It's not good for you, not knowing the knowledge of what man know. So yeah, that was one of my testing times, because everybody was like, we're not gonna stop eating because of you. I'm not gonna hide that I'm eating. And I'm saying, well, you're living your life and I'm living mine, innit? My life's got nothing to do with you eating, eat your food. So I sat around everybody, watched everybody eat, ran jokes with everybody, watched everybody drink and have fun. But I didn't participate. Well, I participated in the fun, but I didn't eat, innit? And I didn't drink nothing except for water. Took a big plate of food home for my mum, you get me? So that was one of my testing times. But it's obviously when you fast and you do like an intense dry fast for 5 days, for instance, or even just like a 10-day water fast, it's the energy and speaking to people. Speaking to people drains you a lot more than you actually realize, because we're always eating food. Now, you know when they say anger and depression and stress has a toll on your body, yeah, when you're angry and you ain't had no food, you start to feel them effects. So it made me become more, not recluse, but I pick and choose who I'm really speaking to, and I'm not taking on energy. Like, no one's phoning me like, oh, cuz you know what happened to me today, and I don't want to hear that. So I'm doing my thing, getting on with it. Get to day 19 now, then I throw up. So I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's just, you know, I ain't had no food, and maybe it's just something, so I threw up, cool. But as the days are progressing now, I'm throwing up even more. Like, I'm throwing up and I'm throwing up. So obviously I start doing research on why I'm throwing up. And then they're saying, listen, it's deep cleansing of the liver. If you can't handle it, you need to stop and just eat food. But I'm like, no way, yeah? 28 days, I'm doing this thing, yeah? First time water fast, 28 days, no one ain't beating me. If anybody wants to come back and do this, they got to do 35 or 29 days. So let's say it's day 23. I'm throwing up a bit more, so I might throw up in the morning, throw up in the afternoon, throw up in the night. So then a couple more days in now, soon as I wake up, I got to throw up. Like, and I mean, let's say there's, I don't know, 20 feet, not even that. Let's just say 20 feet between my room and the bathroom. When I get to the bathroom, the toilet lid has to be up, because by the time I step in the bathroom, I'm throwing up. So obviously I'm throwing up from day 19 to day 27. So got one more day left. So on my last day, like, I'm shattered, I'm drained. I'm just chilling, relaxing, just waiting for the day to go by. Day 28. Broke my fast with watermelon. But remember, I never threw up. I threw up from day 19 to day 27. Then day 27, I didn't throw up. Day 28, broke it with watermelon. And then every 45 minutes, I'm throwing up. I got hiccup. For like 45 minutes, then I'd throw up. But what I was doing wrong was as soon as I threw up, I'd open the water, drink bare water, then I'd get the hiccups again. Throwing up. So this is happening to me consistently through the whole day. So let's say it's like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night now. Unks has come to check me, RIP Unks, you get me? Probably put his picture up in the midst of this. Love Unks, every time. But Unks come to check me now. I'm throwing up. And he's telling me sip the water, but I'm not listening to him. Still drinking it, hiccups 45 minutes, throwing up. So my brethren come to check me as well. And somebody pissed me off, basically. Wound me up, and I got proper angry. And when I got angry, I had a hypertension. Now, I've never had a hypertension ever in my life, but it was like my hands was like this, and I couldn't close my hands. No matter what I was trying to do, I couldn't close my hands. But that was, anyway. So when all this is happening, Unks is like, listen, I'm gonna call the ambulance for you. I'm like, don't call the ambulance. My brethren's there, my brethren Hass was there. So Hass was like, okay, but I'm like, don't call the ambulance. He's like, no, I'm calling the ambulance, I don't care. So Unks has called the ambulance. Obviously, he's told them to come, but now my hypertension has been going on for like 5 minutes, but my hands are moving again, so I'm all right. Obviously, I just keep doing this hiccup thing for 45 minutes, then I'll throw up once, then I'll drink mad water, hiccup again for 45 minutes, throw up. So anyway, cut a long story short, Unks has phoned the ambulance have pulled up. They've come and done a check on me. They're like, my man's normal, his vitals, everything's normal. Like, why are you calling us for? So he's like, nah. Listen, my man's not normal. He hasn't eaten for 28 days. Yeah, you need to take him to the hospital. So we go downstairs, we get to the ambulance, check my vitals again. Are you sure you want my man to go to the ambulance? Because everything's normal with my man. It's like, yeah, take him. So yeah, they take me in the ambulance now. We get to the hospital, do another check, I'm normal. They're like, oh, are you all right? I'm like, yeah, man, I'm good, man. They're like, but obviously I'll keep throwing up every 45 minutes. They're like, okay, cool. So obviously Unks told them again, he ain't eaten for 28 days. They're like, why did you do that? So I told them it was for religious purposes. I was like, all right, cool. So they put saline in my arm, which is salt water. And let's say I got to the hospital about 2, 3 in the morning. I've stayed up till like 6, 7, fell asleep, woke up now. When I've woke up, they've got some yellow drip thing in my arm. So I've called the nurse immediately. Listen, what's that in my arm? Oh, it's saline. I'm like, listen, don't lie in it. You're just chatting rubbish. What is that? It's like vitamins. I'm like, take it out. Take it out now. So they took out the vitamins in my arm. And they've said to me, oh, do you want anything to eat? I was like, yeah. So this is when I've decided that I was not going to eat meat as well. So I was thinking, let me just try and see where it goes. And here we are now, 9 years later. But I'm like, yeah, have you got like a vegetable soup? Or something like that. They're like, yeah. You know them microwave dead soups where you have to rip the lid off, like them proper dead microwave soups. I've eaten that. That tastes like the longest thing I've eaten in years. And leng means one of the best things I've eaten in years. So I had that. I'm like, well, you got another one? They're like, nah. So it's like probably like 5, 6 in the evening. Obviously Hass has come to check me again at the hospital, bought me a lentil soup. Unks has come to check me with Auntie Eve, bought my fruit and that. We had a little convo, we're chilling, talking, whatever. So we've love Auntie Eve, by the way. One of my favorite women in the world. Anyway, so they're like, oh, do you want anything? Do you want anything? So now me, because I've had the vitamins in my arm, I'm being greedy, innit? So I'm like, yeah, get me a cheese and pickle sandwich. Yeah, I want a cheese and pickle sandwich. So they've gone and got, and I said I want some sweets or something. So they've gone and got me they got me a triple cheese, and they got me some sweets. Obviously I've got fruit there, I've got bananas, I've got seedless grapes. I forgot what else I had. I had something else. I can't quite recall what it is. But I'm thinking, oh, after this, they're gonna discharge me, I'm gonna go. So it's got to like 9 o'clock. They're like, oh, no. Listen, we're keeping you in for another day, and we're gonna bring you to a whole different ward. So I've gone to the next ward. No disrespect, but it's a bunch of old people moaning in the middle of the night and all of this stuff, and it's only 9 o'clock. So I've made a call like, listen, they're keeping me in the hospital, you know? Like, so one of my brothers at the time, he's pulled up outside and he's brought me a whole spliff. So I'm like, bro, I ain't eaten for 28 days. I can't smoke a whole spliff. So started smoking. Smoked a bit of that or whatever. Come back. When I come back, it's like 10:30. I'm in the room, I'm playing stuff off my phone, because obviously I didn't come with no headphones or anything like that. And obviously it wasn't where everybody had Bluetooth headsets and all this stuff. So I'm playing stuff on my phone. People are telling me, oh, they're moaning, oh, it's too loud, it's too loud. And I'm like, it's not loud though, like they're moaning louder than me. So anyway, from that was my first thing to say, you know what, I'm discharging myself tomorrow. But something I left out as well, so I left out, but we'll talk about it now. So when I've got back now, around this 10:30, 11 time, whatever, and they're telling me the stuff's too loud, I said, you know what, I'm gonna eat. So I open a triple cheese. I don't like none of the other cheese things, I just want the cheese and pickle really. So I've bit into the first sandwich, just like 3 different cheeses. I've took a couple bites. I'm like, that's disgusting, thrown that away. I've opened the second thing, I don't know what it was, it might have been a cheese salad or something. I've bit into that, I've took a couple chews. Again, that's disgusting. Maybe it's because I want the cheese and pickle. Bit into the cheese and pickle, nah, this is disgusting. Can't eat this. Now, like I said, I got bananas, seeded grapes and something else. But that something else I couldn't eat either. The bananas that I had, they were big bananas. I don't eat them. I only eat borrowed bananas. The small ones. I couldn't eat the big bananas. They all tasted funny to me. Was eating the seedless grapes. And that was the only thing that tasted all right to me that I could eat. Now, what I left out was, when I was at home and I was doing this water fast, yeah, because it resets your smell, resets your taste. One of the things that smelled the most deadliest to me was rice. It smelled worse than meat, worse than anything. It just smelled like death, like someone's cooking death in my house. So I just wanted to say that, yeah. So next morning in the hospital, back to the hospital now. So I'm eating the seedless grapes. Get up, say to them, listen, I want to discharge myself. I'm trying to leave now. They're like, nah, you can't discharge yourself. You need to see the dietitian, or whatever. So I'm like, cool, call the dietitian. So the dietitian comes and she's like, oh, you know, you can't really discharge yourself, because if you discharge yourself, you might eat loads of carbs, then your sugar intake's gonna spike and you could end up passing out or whatever. So she's talking to me, and while she's talking to me, I'm just eating seedless grapes, innit? Just eating seedless grapes. So she's like, you see, this is what I'm talking about. You're just eating grapes while I'm talking to you, and this is why your intake could spike and you could pass out. So I said, okay, cool. Have you finished speaking? She was like, yeah. So I was like, okay, so I've been in the hospital for the last day or two, and you've been offering me hot chocolates, beans, butter, bread. And I'm like, if I was to eat those things, that would split the lining of my stomach and I could die. Like, if I didn't know what I was doing, you lot don't know what you're doing. And you're telling me about my carbs spiking when I've been eating food from outside of the hospital. So the only thing that you can complain about, or you can make an argument about, is that I haven't gone to toilet, which is a number 2 I'm talking about. But she didn't know that, and I knew that I didn't go because obviously I smoked weed. So she's like, oh, I want to take your blood test though then. If you're going to discharge yourself, I want to take your blood test. I'm saying, well, all my blood tests and everything's come back normal, so you can take my blood test, I don't mind. So she took my blood test. I've left the hospital. Got to link one of my other mates who used to live around the corner from Whittington. Gone and smoked weed again, innit? Gone and got myself a lentil soup as well. So she's called me, oh, can you come back to the hospital? Can you come back to the hospital? I'm like, why? What do you want me to come back to the hospital for? My everything's normal, right? She's like, yeah, it is. So I was like, all right then, cool. Well, I'll come back when I'm ready. So obviously smoked some weed, did what I was doing. I come back to the hospital about 5 o'clock, 4 or 5 o'clock, something like that. And then they, what's it called? So then they longed it. They waited till like 8 o'clock before they gave me any papers so I could sign to discharge myself. And yeah, signed them, discharged myself. The dietitian was cool. I like the dietitian. She was a cool lady, innit? So she was like, oh, listen, can you do me a favor? Can you come back in a month just to make sure everything's fine and you're okay? So I was like, yeah, no problem. So discharged myself. Like I said, this time I'm trying not to eat meat, so I carried on not eating meat. Went back a month later. They took all my vitals. Everything was normal. The doctor who was there was rude as hell. Like, oh, you haven't eaten this, you did all of that. You need to speak to the dietitian. So I put the dietitian on the phone. Me and the dietitian are cool. So same dietitian, she's like, how are you? I'm like, you know me, I'm good. I'm just keeping my intake of carbs down, not too much sugars. All the signs are normal, everything. She's like, oh, all right then, cool. No problem, you obviously know what you're doing. So like, I'm in the office, I'm on the phone to the dietitian, spoke to her, she spoke to the doctor. I said, all right, cool, thank you. The doctor's like, oh, make sure you go in the front and book another appointment. I just walked out, because I didn't like her attitude as well. I just walked out and never went back. And here we are today, you get me, 9 years later. Oh yeah, before I forget, last but not least though, yeah, at the time I did this, I didn't have the Tree of Life route to All Fitness brand. Like, I wasn't thinking about vlogging day by day or showing people what I was going through or how I felt. But what I did do though was I took a picture about 4, maybe 5 days in, and then I took a picture at the end when I completed it. So obviously I'm gonna put that up for you lot to see. And it's only been like 2 weeks. I did a 5-day, no food, no bath, no washing, no drinking, no fluid, just breathing. And I was living my normal life. If you follow my socials, you would have seen me doing it, and there will be a YouTube video of what I did and how I experienced it, and me talking about it throughout the days of me doing it. But yeah, that was my little story, because a lot of people, when I tell people I've done a 28-day water fast, a lot of people would tell you their story or tell you they did it, but won't tell you the whole intricate stuff that happened or tell you the whole facts of everything that happened. So yeah, I just want it out there. And by the way, for those who say, but you went to hospital, I broke my fast before I went to the hospital. And sorry as well, another thing I wanted to say, when I got to the hospital and it got to like 6 in the morning and Unks and them are about to leave, I started sipping the water because I phoned my brethren and he told me, oh, sip the water. So I sipped the water a few times and I stopped throwing up. And Unks was like, that's what I told you the whole time. See, you don't want to listen to me, but you want to listen to someone else. But after that, I was good. I should have listened to Unks and sipped the water. So I broke it. Kept shoveling myself down with water, that's why I kept re-throwing up. But otherwise from that, everything was good. And yeah, it was a great experience. It was a testing experience, because especially you get bored of drinking water. And mentally, your mind goes different places. So I would be driving somewhere and then say, oh, yeah, I'm gonna go Chick King, or I'm gonna go CB's or something, yeah? But, and I think, no, I'm not, I'm just drinking water. So it's, a lot of these things are mind over matter, mental over physical, brain over body. So, yeah, that was my little story. The first time I ever done a fast, which was a 28-day water fast. I hope you lot enjoyed it, you get me? I know you're not gonna have enough stuff to say in the comments, and you get me, you're gonna wanna ask me enough questions, but I'm here, you know my thing, I'm here all the time. I'm here whenever you lot need me, whenever you wanna reach out for anything. Check out the other videos on the YouTube. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Hit the notification bell to make sure you get the videos as soon as they're put out, yeah? And Tree Your Life, route to all fitness. Tree Moss is the business. You're with the man himself, Tree. And you know my thing already. Love every time.